Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box. Well, it seems that Pink Floyd, a band that kind of ended in 1995 and then kind of ended in 1994 and then kind of ended again in 2005, is officially over. And they're one of my favorite bands, but I kind of think it's good that they're officially over, having been semi-officially over for a long time now. There's something to be said about going out on top and going out with your most famous lineup intact. And in 2005, when the four key members, well, the four only members of that, famous lineup, Sid Barrett, of course, being part of the first lineup, but every other great album they did was with the four great members: Rick Wright on keyboards, Roger Waters bass vocals and wrote most of the stuff, Dave Gilmour vocals, guitar, wrote a lot of the stuff as well, and Nick Mason on the drums and sound effects. That lineup reunited for one final hurrah in 2005, which kind of seems like yesterday, but others would say that it's 20 years ago. And what that means is that they were 20 years younger than they are today. I'm really giving you all of the breaking facts here, aren't I? But they were still in pretty much top form, and the performance they gave, all four of them were really, really good. A couple years later, though, Rick Wright died. And to me, that was truly the end of the classic Pink Floyd lineup. Yes, I know the Final Cut is a good album. It doesn't have Rick. But if you're really going to do a Pink Floyd reunion, it needs to have Rick. He was the glue, the secret source that really held that band together, in my view. He brought the nuance, he brought the jazzy elements, he brought the interesting soundscapes, and he helped to sort of combine the sort of raucous, philosophical war cries of Roger Waters and the softer vocals of Dave Gilmour and his wonderful solos. Rick Wright sort of was that he sort of was the circle that was hugging this yin and yang that don't like to be hugged very much. Now, what is the breaking news? Because not many people had any inkling that there would even be a semi Pink Floyd reunion or even a reunion between the two sort of main members of the band, Roger and David. And today, or this week rather, I think it was yesterday, who knows when it was recently, David Gilmour was speaking to a newspaper, and he confirmed, I think I've got the exact quote because it was a bit more emphatic than I would have expected, but here we go. He said, "I am never performing with Roger Waters again." And from what I gather, it's mainly because of their political differences, which is kind of a weird reason not to perform together. Others would say it's not. I think it's kind of weird, but Pink Floyd have always been a very political band. Most of that, if not all of it, has come from Roger Waters. And now that Gilmour seems to disagree, it seems that they've played different. They're in a band that's playing different tunes, so to speak. But I actually think musically speaking, it's better that it ended when it ended. Because without Rick Wright, I just don't see Pink Floyd being Pink Floyd. And there is something to be said, even though Gilmour can still play and sing and Roger's still putting on great shows, I think that the curtain call they gave was the right way to do it and at the right time. And I think in that sense, there's kind of a relief. Long may Dave Gilmour continue to do his solo work. Long may Roger Waters continue to do the same. But I think the idea of bringing two people together that clearly don't have any personal chemistry and as a result may not have any musical chemistry anymore, people and fans shouldn't try to force things. Steve Perry probably never wants to reunite with Neil Schon and the other guys in Journey. Phil Collins is too ill to reunite with the Peter Gabriel-led Genesis. That's never going to happen. Even before Gabriel had no interest, David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar hated each other. Even before Eddie's death, they have no interest in uniting to do a tribute. There are some sleeping dogs that are best left to lie, and we should just enjoy the wonderful recorded material we have. So, while it's weird that this is the reason they're not going to play together anymore, musically, I think rightly or wrongly, it does make sense. And I speak as someone who's enjoying the stuff they're both doing in the solo field. But let me know what you think. And as always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.